Hello, this is Marvel Matt, and this is the Comic Book Time Show, a production of Toy Lab. Welcome. Here today we are going to talk about a theory from Iron Fist. In particular, we're going to discuss the possibility that Iron Fist is actually serving the hand unbeknownst to himself. Now, that might sound crazy because he spends like the whole first season seemingly battling the hand. But one thing that is shown in Iron Fist is how complicated and confusing the hand is and how they can make people serve them who would otherwise be against them. And you, of course, see that through the story arc of Colleen Wing. But Iron Fist, could he also be part of the hand? Now that would be kind of explosive, but there are some major hints and clues that he could actually be really serving the hand. He is the primary weapon of the hand. Now, before we get too deep into this, I better say potential spoiler warnings. One of the primary things I want to talk about comes from the second episode, but you know, there's stuff riddled throughout the season that I want to talk about. So I'm not going to spend 20 minutes talking and then get to the main crux of the argument. Instead, I'm going to give you the argument right off the bat. Okay? So let's do a 3-premise argument with a conclusion at the end. Premise 1. Madame Gao is both the Crane Mother and the hand. I will come back and explain that premise. That's premise 1. Premise 2. Kunlun serves Mother Crane. Premise 3, Iron Fist serves Kunlun. The conclusion, therefore, is that Iron Fist serves the hand. If Kunlun serves Mother Crane and she's hand, and he serves Kunlun, he serves the hand. There is the argument. Now, let's kind of go through this a little bit. The Madame Gao is Mother Crane premise, that's been discussed heavily since Daredevil Season 1. Mother Crane is a character that appears pretty late. I think about 2007 was her first appearance. She appears in the Mortal Iron Fist series by Matt Fraction, a great series. I highly recommend reading it. And what she is, she's a leader of a different heavenly city called Kunzi, who has a big beef with the Iron Fist because a previous Iron Fist had ran out on this Heavenly Cities tournament. And so she has a big beef, and she is the one that gives Davos some extra powers to battle the Iron Fist in the tournament. Now, she's a part of a rival city there. Now, and she's a villain, and she's a bad person. Now, if Gao is the Crane Mother, then there's some changes to her character in that she is a part of the hand, or at least a branch of the hand. Figuring out what the hand exactly is pretty confusing after Iron Fist, but I think it's just a complicated organization that has different branches. Is kind of how I'm looking at it now. Different fingers, perhaps. That might be the best way to call the hand. It's an organization with different fingers. And I would say that she'd be a part of the hand, not part of Kunzi, but she also talks to Danny about Kunlun. It's very apparent that she's been to Kunlun. She talks about places and things she's seen, and almost expresses a deep desire to go back there, which is interesting in and of itself. She's also shown, being able to use various powers. She's obviously very intelligent. She's hinted at being very old, like extremely ancient old, and also to being from these heavenly cities. So all these things kind of point toward the Mother Crane as being her character. Because there's not very many characters that fit into that mold. Now, so she's part of the hand. She wasn't in the comics. That's a little bit different. She's been to Kunlun. That's a little different. Now, why would Kunlun necessarily be in service to her? That's my premise too. that doesn't necessarily make sense to most people? Well, there's this explosive line that Danny Rand gives off while he's in the psychiatric ward in episode 2. And he says that he is found and he is raised in the monastery of the Order of the Mother Crane, or of the Crane Mother. And that hit me like a fist to the face, because that's not from the comics. That does not exist anywhere. The Crane Mother is a villain. She's from Kunzi. He's not raised there. This is totally different. So, and not only is that a pretty explosive line, but that line is reemphasized because Harold Meacham then says it again. He actually says, "What is the Order of the Crane Mother?" And then the title of the episode, I believe, is The Order of the Crane Mother. So, initially when I saw those titles, I was expecting to get some more details on who is this Crane Mother, this villain behind the scenes, who has been, in Daredevil 1, Daredevil 2, and now in Iron Fist. Well, no, that wasn't about that at all. Instead, it was Iron Fist saying that he is from the city, from the Order of the Crane Mother. What? That's a big piece of evidence there that something is not right. And maybe something has happened in Kunlun where they now serve the Mother Crane, who works for the Hand, and they don't even know it. All these myths and stuff that they think they do and they think they serve good, maybe that's just all another illusion by the Hand to control them and make them do what they want. Another thing that happens throughout this whole season is that the Hand, their primary thing when they confront Danny is, dude, why aren't you guarding the gate? You should be guarding the gate. Well, why does the Hand want the Iron Fist to guard the gate so bad? That seems weird. And then, at the very end of the season, this is a big spoiler, but you find these dead Hand members at the gate. Now, everybody assumes that the Hand, in this case, was attacking Kunlun, and maybe they were. But what if the inverse were true? What if those Hand people were there guarding the gate and someone else went through? Now that would be interesting, because what if Kunlun has effectively been taken over by the Hand? Which is basically what Danny says by saying he's part of the Order of the Crane Mother, and the Crane Mother being part of the Hand. So, there's that. And then, obviously, the third premise is pretty easy. The Iron Fist serves Kunlun. He's been raised there. That's what the Iron Fist does. It serves Kunlun. And another thing that struck me out through the whole series, and it's really clear, other than an episode, I think it's episode 6. Episode 6, Iron Fist is really put in mortal danger by the Hand. But generally, the Hand isn't necessarily trying to kill him. The Hand is trying to control him, and they're trying to kill the people around him so that they can control him. But they don't really seem all that interested in taking him out. So right there is another major clue that, hey, something here is not right. I think there's going to be a big piece of the history of the Hand that comes out in Defenders. How are they organized, and what is this connection they have to Kunlun? And hopefully that also comes out. It also makes me think back to Daredevil Season 2, with Stick talking to Stone about, getting a champion or something, and is Daredevil going to be their champion? Something is going on here. What if the Iron Fist, unbeknownst to himself, has become the champion of the Hand to face off in this upcoming tournament? And the Chased, meanwhile, are trying to find their own in Daredevil. So just some thoughts. Lots to work on here. I think a lot of it that's going to come out is going to be with Sigourney Weaver's character, Alexandra, who is going to be the big bad of the Defenders series. And maybe she'll shed some light on this, and maybe not. Maybe some of this is going to continue on until Daredevil Season 3, Iron Fist Season 2, and they'll just keep touching on it in those different seasons. I kind of think Luke Cage and Jessica Jones are going to do their own thing kind of apart from this, and that makes sense. but I think Daredevil and Iron Fist are certainly seem to be very rooted into the Hand as a villain. So we will see. We will see what happens. Until then, I guess this is me signing off. I'm going to keep watching. I'm going to keep reading and keep my eyes open. Hopefully we get some big new facts in the Defenders, and I just can't wait for the Defenders. My only worry, it's only 8 episodes. You know, of all the different Defender series, this is the one I wish was longer than these. Iron Fist probably could have cut out 2 episodes. I think Luke Cage could have cut out some episodes. They all could have cut out some episodes. So, but the Defenders of, I wish that was the long one. But we will see. We will see, and hopefully we will get some answers to these long-running mysteries. So, what do you think? Does Iron Fist serve the Hand and not really know it? You know, what is going on? What do you think is going on in Kunlun? What do you think is going on with this Mother Crane and Madame Gao? What do you think? Tell me in the comments, and please subscribe to our channel and like this video. Thank you very much.